No. The title of this video that you are watching is not clickbait. My name is Luke Del Priori, and I became a millionaire in 2 years as a result of one simple mindset shift and approach that has allowed me to genuinely achieve all of the things that used to just be simply a figment of my imagination. And this is going to be one of the most raw, off-the-cusp videos I've ever made, and I truly want everyone that's watching this video to experience the shift in mentality by the end of the video. So make sure for this video, you have an actual pen or a pencil and a notebook in front of you, because this is going to be one of the most life-changing videos you've ever watched. This shift in mentality and your approach allows you to take things, like I said, that used to just simply be thoughts and materialize them into your life. All right, so if you take a look at this goal board, I actually found this the other day, and this is why I wanted to make this video. I drew this board out, whether you believe me or not, when I was 16 years old. And the way that I found it was I went back to my childhood home, and I actually found it in my closet where I had put it. So you can see it's a little bit scrubbed out, but if you can make it out, it's car and apartment, see the ENT, with Dario by 20. Massive personal brand growth by 21, sharing the journey. Consistent 100K plus months at 21. Did it a little bit sooner than that. And I told myself that the future version of me is going to go look at this and see how close I got. So let's take a look. One of my goals on this board was I wanted to have a car and an apartment with my brother by the age of 20. I wanted my dream car and dream apartment. We are sitting in my dream apartment right now filming this video, and my Aston Martin is outside. Another goal was to have massive personal brand growth by 21, sharing my entrepreneurial journey. Well, I consider us to be growing relatively quick, and I'm only 20 years old. So this goal is still a bit early yet, but I believe we're already experiencing a bit of it with me only being 20 years old. And the third goal was to have consistent $100,000 months at 21 years old. We've actually doubled that at the age of 20. So I did it a year sooner than I thought I would, and I did double the goal. So these are goals that I drew on a manifestation board that I had written out, and I was going through a rough spot in my life, and I drew at the very bottom, life seems unfair now, but when I make it to the other side, everything would have all been worth it. And I can honest to God say that I cannot be more grateful for the position that I'm in and the opportunity that I have directly in front of me. I am beyond blessed, and that's why I want to share this mindset shift with you today. Now, another example, take a look at this video.
By the time I turn 19, on my 19th birthday, we're gonna make 100 grand at the very minimum. And we're not allowed to give up on this project until it makes 100K. You agree?
Yeah.
Shake on it. Put it on God.
On God.
On God, I will not quit this project.
On God, I will not quit this project.
Yeah, these are all things that I've written out, that I made videos about, that I have manifested prior to these things physically happening. So how do you say something, speak it into existence, and then materially, actually, physically experience it in the real world? Well, guys, before I give you my formula, I want to give you a little bit of background. So just so you know, kind of me growing up, I was always a lazy kid, or at least I was labeled as a lazy kid. The things that I didn't like, for example, homework, school, a lot of the things that I'm sure a lot of you guys don't like, I always never excelled in, and I never even really tried that hard in. I always was the lazy kid, the kid that was looking for a shortcut, cheating on homework. I was always labeled as lazy, not just by my parents, by friends, by other family members, by my teachers. I always looked at myself as a lazy person, and it always messed with me, and it always fucked with me. And I never really put my best foot forward. But this simple shift in mindset with practice over time literally allowed me to change that and change the road I was going down, where I was smoking pretty much every day. I was partying like a fool with no balance, nothing to really celebrate while I was partying, and I never had any true ambition for my life. And being in that position, I just felt very lost. And again, these days, I don't feel that at all. So here's the formula, guys. Here's exactly what I want you to do. I want you to get your pen, and I want you to get a piece of paper, and I want you to draw out the words dream life. Okay, so literally write this out. Dream life, 365 days from today. So we're already into the new year, well into the new year. Your dream life, 365 days from the day that you're writing this out. Okay, now be somewhat realistic with this goal. I know we always say set the bar high, but you can draw everything out. You can draw out maybe what kind of car you want to drive, what kind of income level you want to be at. Maybe you want to be in better shape. Maybe you want to mend a relationship with somebody. I don't care what you're looking to do. I just know that financials happen to be a big one for a lot of people, especially if you're watching this video. So I want you to draw out your goals and where you want to be at a year from today. And listen, you might not know exactly what you want, and this may change, but I want you to take some time and draw out exactly what you want 365 days from today that you're watching this video. And guys, remember, the reason we're going for 365 days is because we all know that one person that's relatively lazy. Maybe they work a really low minimum wage job, but they say, oh, I'm going to be rich one day. I'll be rich one day. That is simply delusion. Okay, there's a difference between being optimistic and being delusional. I like to think of myself as almost delusionally optimal, but I back it with massive action. So when you draw these goals out, the reason we're going to go for a year time frame is because you can genuinely control most of what will occur between now and a year from now. 10 years is very far away, so we don't worry about goals that are that large. We break them down to be more bite-sized. So once you have drawn out all of your goals for 365 days from today, I want you to ask yourself, why? Now, obviously, it's idealistic for you to be in good shape and to be rich and to have all these good things going for yourself, but I genuinely want to ask you why you want it. Do you want it for yourself? Do you want it for your future son or daughter? Do you want it for your spouse? Do you want it for your future spouse? Why do you actually want a new life 365 days from today? Because listen, if you're watching this video, you're probably not getting blown up right now. You're probably not in a country where things are going terribly wrong. You're probably in the safety of your home. Maybe you live with your parents. Maybe you are by yourself. But ultimately, things aren't that bad in your life right now because you're sitting, chilling, watching this video. So I'll ask you this. What would be so bad about your life being the same way it is right now, 365 days from today? If you're living exactly the same way with all the same habits, how will that positively impact you and how will that negatively impact you? Now, this is where you're going to start to realize your flaws. I hate the fact that I scroll social media all the time. I hate the fact that I do this. I hate the fact that I do that. So you're going to really pick yourself apart, and that in itself is going to be your motivation to change. You need a strong why. Your why needs to be stronger than the pain of change, because I'll tell you, changing your actions and what you do day to day is a very, very painful thing to do because we as human beings get very used to routine. Waking up at a certain time, working a certain amount of hours, calling out at a certain time. It is very natural to be that way. So your why and why you want to change needs to be stronger, and it needs to outweigh why you want to stay the same. So once you've determined your why, and your why is stronger than your innate want to be the same way that you are right now, this is where we develop some of the actual sauce. This is where we go into the how. So we go from why to how. So let's say one of your goals is to lose weight. Okay, this is why you need to be granular and specific with your goals. You need to draw out exactly how much weight you want to lose. So if I draw out, okay, right now I weigh 210 pounds, and a year from today I want to be 26 pounds lighter. I know that there's 52 weeks in a year, so I need to lose a half a pound a week so that I can achieve my goals. So the goal is to lose 26 pounds. The why is because I want to be healthier and have more longevity. Now the how is where you get into the specifics of your goal. So let's say it's financially. Let's say your why is because you want to move out and you want to have your own spot and you want to have your own car. And that's because you truly want independence. Now we need to move into your how. Now listen, guys, your how needs to be very, very specific. And this is where a lot of people lose their goals, because writing out a goal is relatively easy to do. Just so you know, watching this video, there is nothing unique about you watching this video and drawing out your goals. Now, I will say good on you for wanting to do better with your life, but the level of action that you take and having a proper bulletproof plan is going to be the thing that actually helps you do well financially, physically, whatever the goal is. So you need to understand that once you have your why, your how needs to be specific. So again, if the goal is to lose weight, you need to draw out exactly how you're going to do it. And then if you say, okay, if I know I need to lose a half a pound a week, how will I do that? Well, if I get on XYZ diet and I weigh myself weekly to see if I'm on target, based upon cutting this many calories a day and increasing my activity this much, I can consistently lose the half a pound a week. You can achieve your goal. And guys, your finances will work the same way. So if your goal is to build a business which 12 months from today will earn $10,000 a month, that is a very reasonable goal, and I truly believe that you can achieve that. Maybe all you need to do is get 5 people to pay you $2,000 a month for some form of a service, and you'll be making $10,000 a month. So once you have your goal, once you have your why, once you have your how, the final piece of this equation is genuinely figuring out and drawing out why all the pain, back to a why all of the pain associated with actually taking action on all of your goals is going to be worth it, because I will tell you firsthand, when you stop scrolling social media for hours a day, you're going to go through a detox from getting rid of all that dopamine and all that serotonin. You're going to want to go back to your old habits. So you need to genuinely draw out on a piece of paper why all of the pain that you're going to go through changing your character and the habits that you have is going to be worth what you actually want as far as your goals go. So it's the goal, why, how, why is all the pain worth it? And guys, if you use this formula for all of your goals, and if you have a bulletproof plan, you can genuinely achieve every single goal. Because guess what? This is the only thing that separates a winner from a loser, especially in business. The winners get a seed of doubt in their mind that tells them to quit, and they recognize that everyone feels that. And when 99% of people quit, they acknowledge that the winners simply stick through those hard times. Now, the losers don't necessarily have the formula. They have the goal, they have the ambition, but they're lazy ambitious. And lazy ambitious will never be successful. Ambitious with a plan to weather the storms of wanting to quit will be successful. And guys, the longer you stick to this formula, the more successful you're going to be. You can start setting higher goals. I just posted my goals on Instagram. We're moving to Florida. We're getting a new supercar this year. We're going to invest more money than we ever have in a calendar year. This will be the biggest year as far as revenue goes across our companies. I'm going to get in the best shape of my life this year. I'm going to go out more this year. There's so many great things I'm going to do this year and so many big goals I'm going to achieve, and you're all going to be a part of the journey. I already spent early in the year $40,000 in Rolex watches, partially for my team, family members, myself personally. I've already been consistent on all the targets that I'm looking for because I have this formula that allows me to win. And like I said, that's my exact formula. So if you want to change your life, you need to change the function at which your brain operates within. You need to operate in a new state. And if you can operate and function in a new state, you are going to crush all of your goals. Now listen, if you made it this far in the video, I applaud you, I commend you, and I would imagine that on these goals that you've written out, one of your goals was financial. So if you're curious, I actually just made a completely free YouTube video about how my brother and myself made $189,000 just last month. So if you're curious, and like I said, if one of your goals was financial, that's a completely free video that I think you would get a ton of value out of watching. I hope you guys truly loved this video, and if this helped you guys change your mindset, or if you got any value out of this video, the thing that genuinely helps me the most is if you could just simply subscribe and drop a comment on the video. It would actually mean the world to me. Now guys, with that being said, I hope you take some action on everything that I actually gave you, because remember, lazy ambitious can never succeed. Ambitious with action will always succeed. Go work.